Do you have PCOS, and not only do you want to get pregnant, but do you also want to feel healthy? If that's you, then welcome to the PCOS Fertility Health Podcast. Hi, I'm Dr. Angela Potter, an integrative PCOS fertility specialist, and I'm here to share with you the tools that you need to help your body get prepped for baby. Let's go. You are learning about red flags to watch out for in your fertility plan. And today you are going to learn about what kind of doctor's office visit and the time you spend with your doctor, what that says about a red flag for your fertility plan. So welcome. I am thrilled to have you here with me today. And I love that you're here because what I know about you is that you want to feel healthy, that you see pregnancy in your future, but if you were to get pregnant today, you would feel a little nervous because you aren't sure if your body is prepped for having a healthy pregnancy. And you want to get pregnant, and not only that, but you want to have a healthy pregnancy and a healthy baby. And that's so cool because that's my expertise to help you get your body prepped for baby, which is why it's great that you and I are here together today. So before we get started into this red flag, I want to share some words that somebody wrote about this podcast. And she writes, "The best PCOS and fertility health resource. Dr. Angela Potter is such a valuable resource for information on getting pregnant with PCOS. Each episode is full of valuable information to help women on their fertility and pregnancy journey. Great info. Highly recommend that you take the time to listen if you have PCOS and are looking to get pregnant." Thank you so much for sharing those words. Okay, so the red flag that we are talking about today is when you go in to talk with your doctor and you only get about 3 to 5 minutes with your doctor. You go in, you've had this appointment scheduled for months, and you finally get that chance to get in to see the doctor. And there you are, you're in the room, but you have to wait there for about 30 minutes. The nurse comes in to take your vitals, she leaves, and then the doctor comes in. And you have so many questions and you're excited because you want to start getting answers. And your doctor spends about 3 minutes with you, hands you a prescription, and you're out the door. And you're like, wait, but I still don't understand quite about my PCOS or why I'm not ovulating or why I'm taking this medication. And you feel like they just told you that you had PCOS and they threw you over the side of the ship to see if you could swim. Or maybe you've had that situation where you've had to advocate for yourself for the labs that you want ordered. Your doctor's ordered you a few labs, but you've heard from maybe this podcast, these other labs that need to be ordered. And you have to keep calling the office or make another appointment to ask for these labs to be ordered. And your doctor's like, well, I don't know if I could order them. You know, you're trying to get all this information out of your doctor and they aren't meeting you there. Maybe you've had a recent failed IUI cycle. And so you go in for your follow-up appointment and you sit down and your doctor says, oh, well, how can I help you? And you're like, well, you tell me. I don't know what questions to ask right now, but I need guidance. And that's really frustrating to you because, yeah, you shouldn't be having that on your shoulders to know the path forward for fertility. That is the doctor's job. And you're expecting to go in when you meet with that doctor to get a plan for them to know your story, to know your goals, and to be able to say, yeah, gosh, that failed IUI cycle, what a journey you're on. Here's why I think that failed, and here are some steps to take before the next one. This is the amount of time I recommend you try just working on your body, and then we'll try another IUI cycle at this next time. You have some questions? Yes. What are your questions? You want to know about your PCOS? You want to know why your PCOS is creating ovulation issues? Let's talk about that. You know what? Here are some recipes that support PCOS and fertility. Oh, and not only that, let me get you set up on our fertility meal plan. Imagine a doctor's visit like that. You want to be working with a doctor who takes the time to answer your questions, who literally says, okay, before we wrap up here, what questions do you have for me? You want to be able to ask your doctor, well, why am I not ovulating? What symptoms are happening in my body? What labs are pointing you to find out that I'm not ovulating and that I have PCOS? And you want your doctor to be able to take that time to answer those questions. You want your doctor to be able to walk you through your lab work, to say, this is why I ordered these labs. This is what they're looking at. This is what your number means. Oh, look, this one, it looks normal, but in fact, for PCOS and fertility, it's not normal. And it's really often missed, which is why I'm glad that we checked this one. You want your doctor to be saying, yeah, here, let me give you some recipes. Here, walk away with some recipes. And you know what? I've got this meal plan for you that's set up month by month. You get a new meal plan for all 4 weeks of the month. And these meals are set up to help you with your PCOS and your fertility. When you are wanting to help your body get prepped for baby, that's the kind of doctor's visit that you want to have. That is when you're getting a plan that is supporting your body so that you are getting your body prepped for baby, so that you are moving forward step by step to create this fertility health that gets you prepped for baby. And guess what? This is how my visits are set up. I give you meal plans. I give you recipes. I look at your labs. I answer your questions. Those are strong values of mine as a doctor, to provide education to you and to have you feel heard when we're in these visits together, so that you don't feel like anything's getting overlooked. The first time we meet is a whole hour long where you and I get the chance to talk. You have all that time to ask questions. I am guiding you. I have tons of questions to ask you to get information from you. And then after that very first hour-long appointment, I have a fertility plan set up for you. And then when we follow up, we're meeting for 30 minutes at a time, which gives you time to ask questions. We have messaging that you can ask questions and I will get back to you. And this kind of fertility visit is available to you right now. I want you to know that. And I'm here for you. My expertise is to help you get prepped for baby. And if you want that, then you can sign up for a free call at drangelapotter.com/PCOS. It's a no pressure call. You and I are going to talk about your fertility journey and if it's a good right fit for us to work together. And even if it's not, you are going to walk away knowing these key missing links in your fertility journey and what's been keeping you stuck. So you are going to walk away with a fertility gold mine from that call. So I invite you to sign up for one of those. Okay, so as I wrap up this series about red flags for your fertility plan, today you learned how it's a red flag when you are in that situation where you're just meeting with your doctor for 3 to 5 minutes, where you're not able to ask questions. That is an important red flag because you aren't getting the time and attention that you need to not only feel heard, but to know that your doctor is setting up a plan for you that's based on exactly what your body needs. Because when your doctor is working in that system, they just have a couple minutes with you. It's not the doctor's fault, it's the system's fault. When you're in that system as a patient, that's when you just don't get the answers that you're looking for. And it's a red flag to watch out for. And what you want is to be working with a doctor who has the tools and resources set up so that you can get your body prepped for baby. And you learned that as a PCOS specialist, I am here to help you when you're ready. It is possible to get regular periods and to ovulate on your own when you have PCOS. I see this all the time in my practice, and women with PCOS are getting pregnant every single day, and you could very well be next. Hold on to that as you go forward today. If you want to support this podcast, you can leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or simply share this episode with your friends. And as a reminder, the information on this podcast is just that. It's information, and it should not replace the medical advice that you are currently getting from your doctor. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you right back here next Wednesday.